Hello, everyone. My name is Danny. This review is for the movie called We Only Know So Much. This is a 2018 film, but it came out in February of 2020 here in the USA. So it only does have 87 grades on IMDb. So this is one of the rarest movies that I've discovered that I've watched. So I hope you're able to put it on your list and watch it also. This does not come with a rating. It runs about an hour and a half, and it stars Jeanne Tripplehorn, Damian Young, and Loudon Wainwright III. The description: upon moving into her husband's childhood home to help take care of his elderly relatives, Jean Copeland, an emotionally withdrawn wife and mother of two, becomes embroiled in an affair with a suicidal lover. Her husband Gordon is oblivious, too busy worrying that he's losing his most prized possession, his mind, after a run in with an ex girlfriend he doesn't remember. 19-year-old Priscilla is a fashionista desperate to become a reality TV star, while 9-year-old crossword fanatic Otis has fallen in love for the very first time. Otis falls in love with Katerina after, well, forever. With Gordon's father, Theodore, fading into dementia and 95-year-old matriarch Vivian desperately clinging to control of the house, the six family members at 5 stages of life distill the dreams, worries, and regrets of contemporary America. This is We Only Know So Much. Well, thank you for watching this video, everybody. I'm sorry for the long description, but that's what some movies do sometimes, especially when they're not that well known. They like to give you kind of the whole story. So I don't really need to talk much more about the movie itself, but once again, I would like to state that this is underviewed. It is underknown, and if you'd like to check it out, I think the movie would really appreciate it. So, my opinion of this movie, obviously it's very real. Obviously it's very dramatic. It's very sad. It has a lot of different elements in it. We'll just start at the bottom. I think that's the easiest way to go about this. Otis, the young brother, he is cute. He's in the movie. He's along for the ride. His little story of trying to have a girlfriend. I mean, he's painted out to only be what, 9 or 10 years old, so it's not that intriguing, not that essential to the movie. I think it's one of the parts of this movie that kind of gets plugged in to make it, more well-rounded, more of a 5 stage of life kind of thing. But I don't think they need to focus too much on that. And honestly, those scenes just kind of give our main characters more of a chance to show us how kind of messed up they are. So that's all that really does. The teenager, she is very dramatic for a teenager, but she's our most deep character. She seems very shallow when she goes to try out for a reality show, but she seems very humble and kind and caring when she has to take care of her grandfather. And so there's lots to her character, and I think she's probably the best performance in this movie because of her depth and her able to take care of that character and show us how well rounded of an actress she is. So then the parents, the father just kind of is odd. He's always spouting facts. He's not really able to carry on a conversation without kind of being socially awkward. So I think a lot of people will relate to him, and I think that a lot of people will feel sorry for him as the movie goes on because he's just not able to understand really what it means to be married after 20 years and what it means to care about what's going on with somebody else and be in the moment when something happens and stuff like that. So I think he'll be the most relatable character for people for sure. People who feel socially awkward, people who don't really get what's going on in most crisis situations. But honestly, a lot of that is kind of hard to absorb as a movie watcher because he has been married for 20 years. So why would somebody put up with that? And that leads us to the wife who, why would she be married? Why would she be putting herself in this situation for 20 years if she's this unhappy? There is one point of this movie where she kind of rolls her eyes and sighs like the second somebody does something. And I'm like, if you have that reaction on a daily basis for most situations, then why are you in this situation? You know, why are you continuing to put yourself in this if you're that exasperated with everybody around you? And then her little known to the world kind of dalliance with this guy. He's the only person that I knew going into the movie. Like I said, oh, I know that guy. Is the guy that's the lover. That whole storyline, everything that goes on with that is supposed to be kind of the meat of this movie because it's so dramatic. It's so. We're wondering how it's going to handle itself, work itself out. You know, I mean, we watch lots of movies with people cheating on each other, but pretty much there's about a million ways to handle, you know, how those situations are resolved. So this one is very crazy and sad, and I don't feel like people react to it appropriately. I think it's a little odd the way that reactions to that death come across. So, as the movie progresses and things are talked out, I guess, I just think this is a very odd gathering of people because the grandparents are old. They're just there. They're just going through, you know, dementia and being old. And they can be normal. They can be, you know, anybody's grandparents. So that in that way, I think it'll be really hard for people to watch because a lot of us, you know, are, if not now, very soon, possibly have to say goodbye to our grandparents because they are the oldest members on this earth, and it's very sad, especially for some people I can think of personally. So I just think this is a very odd group of people to gather into a movie and put into a family situation. I do like how they handled the drama and the tension and their crisis and their things that are happening in their lives. But I just feel like the biggest thing I wanted to say after I found out about it was at the beginning of the movie, they say this is based off a novel. I think it's of the same name. And I just expected more out of hour and a half movie that's based off a novel. I would have expected more material. I would have expected things to happen a little bit quicker. I would have expected more things to be going on. It has a lot of nice lines and a lot of nice dialogue and reactions to each other because they are a family. But I just expected more. If you're going to be a book this big into an hour and a half movie, I just expect more. So I'm going to give We Only Know So Much a B. That does, again, suggest to you to put it on your list to watch and seek out because hardly anybody has seen it. And so I do hope that people are able to expose themselves to this movie. It is kind of nice, kind of dramatic, kind of sad, and I think it's worth the watch. So thanks a lot, guys. A B for We Only Know So Much. My name's Danny. If you like this or my other videos, try and get some of them to watch. Like and subscribe to my channel if you would. And enjoy movies. Thanks.